At 3 o'clock, and we have a quorum. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the monthly, although we've been meeting quite a lot. But today is our monthly February 18th, 2025 Board of Commissioners meeting of the Houston Housing Authority, and I want to welcome our visitors. I will now officially call the meeting to order at 3 p.m. Anna, will you please call roll?
President and Chairman Proler.
Here.
Vice Chairman Smith.
Present.
Commissioner Aceves-Lewis.
Here.
Commissioner Ballard.
Here.
Commissioner Carter.
Here.
Commissioner Kirkendall. She's running late. Commissioner Lee, just a little late. And Secretary Bryant.
Here.
Great, thank you. Before I ask for a motion to approve the minutes, again, I want to officially welcome our new President and CEO, James Bryant. I think we have a lot of work to do, so we'll begin. I have a motion to approval of the Houston Housing Authority minutes for February 4th, 2025, for the special meeting of the Housing Authority, as well as for February 6th, 2025, as submitted.
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great. Any opposed? No. Thank you. I'll now ask for the interpreters who are so kindly always willing to come to introduce themselves, and please make yourself available.
Chairman, you have one more set of minutes.
February 6th.
No, February 13th.
I'm sorry, my agenda only has 4th and the 6th.
What?
All right, I'll ask for an approval.
Mr. Chairman, if the 13th is not on the posted agenda, it should be handled as next.
Is it on the posted agenda?
It should have been. So I'll apologize if
It
it's
is
not.
on the posted agenda. The media has shared that with us. So if that's the case, then that's the case. I'll ask for a motion to approve the February 13 minutes, 2025 minutes as submitted. Have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. In a second? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Thank you. The approval of all three February 4th, February 6th, and February 13th, 2025 minutes have been approved. Thank you. I'll now ask for the interpreters to introduce themselves, and as well, but please, the audience, make yourself available to meet with them if you have any questions in terms of translation. So thank you all very much for what you do.
Elizabeth Paris, Spanish interpreter.
Min Xia, Mandarin Chinese interpreter.
Lloyd Lee, Vietnamese interpreter, Lê Ngọc Lân, thông dịch viên tiếng Việt Nam.
Thank you all very much. I will now ask for, we'll move into public comments. Donna, how many do we?
We have one speaker. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes for public comments. Speakers will only be allowed to speak once. I will inform you when you have 1 minute, and again when your 3 minutes have expired. The board will generally not respond to comments or answer questions. HHA residents making comments are encouraged to state their name and property where they reside clearly, and someone from the property management company will contact you directly regarding your issues. And Commissioner Lee has come in.
So would you please note,
And-
Commissioner Lee arrived at 3:04.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to use mine. We only have one speaker. Is there anyone else want to sign up? We only have Reverend Mackey, and since this got off the track, I'm going to use my watch. Reverend Mackey?
Please allow me to say good morning, good afternoon rather, to everyone. To Mr. Bryant, congratulations on your recent appointment. Chairman Proler, Vice Chair Smith, and to the distinguished commissioners. I am coming on behalf of the Independent Heights Redevelopment Council, as well as the neighborhood. I'm joined by Marty Page, President of the Super Neighborhood Committee. And just wanted to follow up again today in regard to resolutions 38 and 58. I first want to say thank you to each of you all for tabling this resolution a couple of weeks ago to allow time to kind of revisit the situation. I expressly want to say thank you for coming back out to the community, to hearing a lot of what the community had to share, a lot of our citizens reinforcing what we had shared during our initial meeting. I actually said it sort of felt like progress again, seeing you all back out in the community and engaging with us. That's where we initially began. So thank you all for that. But I do want to continue to say it is our hope going forward that after your due diligence, that you will, again, consider voting no and continue to keep the Columbia Residential as a developer and hopefully fast track this project as so many people are waiting. I would like to say, I thought about after you all left the other day, the Saturday, I thought about, according to scripture, it said that the poor would be with us always. And God said that if you do it for the least of them, it's likened unto doing unto him. And I really realized the gravity of each of your work. Your work is very serious because you have a lot of lives and families whose lives are in a balance based on your decision. So again, it is our hope and prayer that you would vote no, that you would move forward with the development with Columbia, that these families would receive not only in Independent Heights, but for the city, the affordable housing that's so necessary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend. I appreciate it. Wise thoughts. I'm going to kind of move around the agenda today a little and move a resolution in old business to move this to the end of the agenda. And so we're going to go right on into new business. And the first resolution is the resolution number 3861, which is the consideration or take action for the incoming president and CEO of the Houston House. Thank you. May I have a motion to approve these?
I have a question.
Sure.
Do we have a history of collections using a third-party attorney group that says this is worthwhile? Because it seems to me these folks, life's hard enough anyway. And if we're suing them and taking judgments in Texas, we're not likely to collect any money. We're just going to make life harder for people. So, and they can't, as I understand it, these residents can't come back until they satisfy this debt.
Correct.
So why are we suing? That thing's not bad enough.
So just to clarify, they're not being sued, to my knowledge, they're just, these accounts are being sent over to a third-party collection agency who just tries to collect the amounts that are owed. They're not being referred out to a third-party law firm for collection.
Hey, Commissioner Carter, I sat down with Ricardo on Friday to get a clear understanding of the processes around this, both how these accounts are working, because there's 3 quarters worth we're writing off today, and some of that's administrative that we will solve going forward. So you will see quarterly us bringing this back to the board if there and when there are write-offs. Also working with our property management companies to make sure we are diligently handling and documenting things. And some of it's not so much about our grace policy, because I think we do a good job with our residents, but what I'm constantly reminded of, if we let somebody stay too long that is not paying their fair share, we have a long list of residents who need the housing, who are ready to get in there and abide by it, by their agreements. And so there is a progress, as you would see, the amounts are coming down, and it's something we're going to be tracking. As far as the collections go, I asked the same question to Mr. Harris, and something we're going to track to see whether or not it's actually producing any fruit. But also I was very concerned and wanted to just make sure we would understand the policies and procedures of our third-party collection agents to make sure that they are not overly aggressive or do anything outside of what would be considered the mission of HHA.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that I was very impressed with this presentation. I thought it was very thorough. You outlined the process. I think it was it a year ago, Jody, that I think we had to write off uncollected debt, and we were concerned about the high amounts, and we asked that a process would be explained, and you have done that very thoroughly. I appreciate that. I love the historical context and the trend going downward, that uncollectible accounts are significantly decreasing. So thank you for your efforts. And there's just a lot of transparency here. So I really appreciate all your work and how you have prepared extensively to present this to us. One question that I had was just related to comps, and and maybe I think Jamie, you're going to look at this, just public housing comps, and what's the percentage of uncollectability that is typical, and where are we in that range?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll look into it and we'll work back.
Thank you.
So there's a motion to approve 3860 and 62, 63, and 64 in seriatim. May I have a motion may I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Now I'll ask for a resolution to approve those 3 resolutions, 3862, 3863, and 3864 in their entirety as submitted. May I have a motion, Commissioner Lee?
Motion.
Thank you, and a second. Second. Thank you, Commissioner Ballard. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We'll now move to, thank you, Ricardo. We will now move to resolution number 3865, which is to take consideration and take action to authorize the president or CEO to negotiate, execute, and make necessary changes and corrections to a contract with Waste Management for solid waste removal services. I think the board has all kind of gone through, and I think everyone, any questions on this to speak of? So with that, I'll entertain a motion.
Yes, I do have a question. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Or when do you want the question? Before or
after
after?
when we get into discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. May I have a motion to approve? Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
All right. Now, any discussion?
Yes, so very quickly. So I'm assuming we currently use Waste Management. Solid Waste Management? No. Okay. So I was curious, who do we currently use, and how much do we currently pay?
I think we currently use Waste Connections, is that the name of it? Waste Connections, and $370,000
For 2 years?
for 2 years, yes. And,
Okay.
That's 1 year. That's annual.
Oh, wow. So this is a decrease, significant decrease.
It
This
is a bit of an increase,
467
yes.
is for 2 years? Or is that per year?
It's per
per
year.
year.
The 467 is?
Yes.
Okay, so it will increase from 370 to 467.
Yes.
And do you have an explanation for that, or?
Some of it's just market adjustment. So we did a 3.5% adjustment on our independent cost estimate. So that ended up at 407. So we're just a little bit higher than that.
Ricardo, you might let her know what the second highest bid was that came in.
Yeah, the second, there were two bidders. The second bid was $532,000.
Okay, and I guess Waste Connections wasn't able to.
They weren't able to respond.
They did not respond. They didn't submit a proposal.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 3865? Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Before I go to resolution number 3866, I would like to welcome our city councilman Castillo and to the meeting. Welcome and thank you. Resolution number 3866 is the consideration to take action to authorize the president, CEO, or to designate the implementation of a credit card policy to ensure transparency and to prevent abuse as it relates to the Houston Housing Authority operations. This is something that this board brought within the last 4 months. And as chairman, I want to thank everyone in this organization. Janine, for this was a promise made and a promise kept. We promised we would deliver this policy in February. By God, we did it. So, Austin, if you would take the lead.
So the resolution reads that the Houston Housing Authority Board of Commissioners authorizes the president and CEO or designee to implement the credit card policy pursuant to the memorandum from Austin Krotz, procurement manager, dated February 14th, 2024, to Jamie Bryant, president and CEO. And as Mr. Chairman Proler mentioned, this policy will make our processes transparent. All charges, I'm sure everybody got a chance to read it, but I just want to make a note that all charges will be recorded in our financial system so that they are visible and gone through an approval process. And that credit card charges are only used in instances where our normal processes cannot be utilized, or our normal pay process, which is usually by check. So, but when we have vendors that will only take a credit card, it'll be put into the system like any other purchase request. They'll do a purchase order. It'll go through the approval process before it comes to the procurement department, and we make the charge against the credit card.
Thank you very much. May I have a motion to approve 3866 as submitted?
So moved.
Thank you. And a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We'll go to resolution number 3867, another one very near and dear to my heart. 3867 is for the consideration or to take action to authorize the president, CEO, or designee to authorize the implementation of a fleet policy to ensure that the Houston Housing Authority vehicles rules are followed and that the use of the vehicles adheres to the guidelines and policy for which they were established. Austin?
So the Houston Housing Board of Commissioners authorizes the president, CEO, or designee to implement the fleet policy pursuant to the memorandum from Austin Krotz, procurement manager, dated February 14th, 2024, to Jamie Bryant, president and CEO. And this policy outlines the rules and regulations for checking out a vehicle, checking vehicles in, if there's an accident, if they receive any moving violations, toll violations, or parking violations. All of that's covered within the policy.
Thank you. And again, for the record, that is another action that this board asked to be done. And I appreciate the work that everybody in the legal team has come, a promise made and a promise kept. With that, I'll entertain a motion to approve as submitted.
I make a motion.
Thank you. A second. All in favor say aye.
I have a question.
I'm sorry.
Yes. So yeah, I just had questions about the fleet of 16 vehicles that HHA owns. I'm curious what other PHA, how many vehicles do other public housing agencies have? And
Yeah, do you know? And what the need is, like, what are they used for?
No, that's a great question, Commissioner Lewis, and it's something that I asked Austin about just before this meeting. So the fleet policy controls the vehicles we do have. What we have not had a chance to get into yet is the usage of them, the need of them, how we finance these things going forward, whether we have too many vehicles or not enough. And so that's next on the list for me to work with Austin to understand the total usage and cost around the whole fleet as a whole.
Oh, great. Okay, so then I think my only question is regarding who authorizes the usage of the vehicles? What are the controls that are in place for that?
So any employee is authorized to use a vehicle as long as they're a full-time employee of the Houston Housing Authority. We get a copy of driver's license. HR, upon hiring, will do a check on their driving record. And we take a copy of their driver's license and a copy of their most current insurance. Not that we charge their insurance, but we have to be able to prove to our insurance that the person, if they were in an accident, is insurable. So we use that as kind of a record for that. But as long as they have business off-site and they pass the driver's license screen done by HR, they are eligible to use a vehicle.
So I can be an HHA employee and I can decide that I just want to use a vehicle for business purposes.
And
I don't need to, I don't need written authorization from my supervisor or anything.
no, not for that, no. But HR will be coming to the board in the future with an actual travel policy. And the travel policy that they've been working on right now says that if they are an HHA and full-time employee working in this office and they do business off this site, that they're supposed to use an HHA vehicle unless they have authorization from their department head or vice president. So there's the policy right now that they're working on currently says that they have to use one. And there's like 2 exceptions to that, and that would be the inspections group, which spends most of their time outside of this office. And if you were going to a site for a meeting or something and then going home, you would be exempt. That may change between now and the time it's presented to the board, but right now that's the way it's written.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all in favor of resolution number 3867 as submitted, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Austin.
Chairman, before we move on, can I make one comment about the credit card policy? I just want to clarify for everybody because it was something that was important to me. But as we move forward with this credit card policy, there currently unless I approve it, will only be 5 credit cards issued to employees of the Houston Housing Authority. So it will be a very limited field of people, and we will keep tight controls on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll now move to resolution number 3868, which is the consideration to take action to authorize the president and CEO or designee to execute a contract with Omega Builders Group to replace the trash chute located at 75 Lyerly Senior Development in the amount of $142,655. Mr. Mason.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, Commissioners. Resolution number 3868 reads that the Houston Housing Authority Board of Commissioners authorizes the President and CEO or designate to negotiate, execute, and make necessary changes and corrections to a contract with Omega Builders Group LP to replace the trash chute located at 75 Lyerly Senior Development in an amount of $142,655 pursuant to the memorandum from J. Nason, Director from Reed, dated February 14th, 2025 to Jamie Bryant, President and CEO. If I may, we engaged a consultant to do an analysis of the trash chute at Lyerly. It's a 5-story public housing facility that we currently own, and it was determined that the trash chute was past its useful life. Based on their assessment and the construction documents, an ICE was created in the amount of $142,000. This was provided by our consultant. And a construction document package was submitted to several contractors for bid, and the lowest, most responsible bidder was Omega Builders Group in the amount of $142,655. Staff recommends approval of this resolution.
Great, thank you. I have a quick question on this. Has the Houston Housing Authority had any experience with Omega Builders on any previous project?
Yes, they have installed another trash chute for us recently, and I know that we have done a lot of work with them.
And was it
With
done
another-
according to budget and on budget?
Yes, sir.
Very good, thank you.
And was the cost similar?
Well,
Well, I don't think it was a 5-story building, and there are different conditions. I know, for example, on this specific project, it has a concrete enclosure, which they need to take out in order to install the trash chute. So it's sort of apples and oranges in comparison with the last project that we had with them.
Got it, thank
thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve resolution number 3868 as submitted.
I made a motion.
Second. Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. We will now we'll convene an executive session. An executive session will now be held beginning at 3:25 p.m. on Thursday, February 18th, pursuant to the Texas Open Meetings Act to discuss personnel matters in accordance with Section 551 of the Texas Government Code, legal issues in accordance with Section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code, and real estate matters in accordance with Section 551.072 of the Texas Government Code. I have 3:26. Thank you all.
It's physically dangerous.
Okay, we are going to, the executive session has ended, and the public meeting is being reconvened at 5:10 p.m. on Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. So with that, I will ask Anna to call roll.
President and Chairman Proler,
Here.
Commissioner Aceves Lewis,
Present.
Commissioner Ballard,
Here.
Commissioner Carter,
Here.
Commissioner Kirkendall, Commissioner Lee,
Present.
Secretary Bryant,
Here.
Vice President Commissioner Smith.
Commissioner Smith is here. He is, there he is, right there.
Just say here.
Oh, just say.
Okay, I'd like to discuss resolution number 3858, which is the consideration and/or to take action to authorize the Houston Housing Authority to take such actions necessary or convenient to terminate the memorandum of understanding with Columbia Independence Heights LLC and proceed with procurement of a developer for the development of Independence Heights 2, the project to take such action necessary or convenient to facilitate the development of the project and the execution of all required documents therefore. I would like to have a vote on this resolution, and I will entertain any discussion before the vote is taken. I see none, so all in favor say aye.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, I need a motion to approve.
Should we clarify what's saying aye is?
The
No,
motion we need is that we do not
correct.
pass this.
That is correct. So I'd like to entertain a motion on behalf of the entire board that we do not pass resolution number 3858 as.
No, you have to, so a motion on the resolution as written.
Okay.
Just a motion on just the resolution as written.
So may I have a motion on the resolution as written?
3858.
3858.
And to clarify, an affirmative vote would authorize termination. A negative vote and the resolution would fail.
Right, that's what I intended to do.
Okay, sure.
So do I have anyone in favor of, any member, any commissioner of this housing authority in favor of this resolution as it's been submitted?
Seconded. You have to move and second it.
May I have a motion to vote, please?
Yes.
I move you vote on this resolution.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second. I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're all now. May I have a motion to, well, I have a motion to vote. All those in favor of resolution number 3858? I see none. All those opposed?
No.
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 All are unanimous. The motion does not pass. Thank you. I want to also, before we move on, I want to task, as the board has, with our new leadership team and our real estate team, and thank them for all the hard work they've done to help us and position us to execute this project the way it should be, the way it was intended to be, and to preserve the memory of the lady who fought so hard, Mr. Bowes, who fought so hard to see this project forward. So Thank you all. Thank you, commissioners. With that,
her back there? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Now we'll move into new business. Well, we'll talk through the first resolution is resolution number 3869, which is the consideration to take action to authorize the Houston Housing Authority to refinance the Peninsula Park Apartments. Thank you, council member. Located at 4855 West Fuqua Street, Houston, Harris County, Texas. We have someone who intends to present for that.
The chief was the staff member who's to present. I just sent him a text asking him to come down. David, do you have any information on Peninsula by chance?
There it is. Jay.
I'm reading the resolution.
No.
It's been read.
The commissioners.
Information.
Okay,
So, Jay, I need to, is this time sensitive on this?
yes, it is. So, Mike Rogers will help a little bit. So, this is a tax credit.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the fact that it's a tax credit.
And we
got a Freddie Mac loan on it.
We got a Freddie Mac loan on it. I think we were coming up to the maturity date on the loan and we entered into a soft loan just to cover the delta until we got this permanent loan. So I think the request was to get a $9 million loan on this property, which you're seeing here in this resolution. And that will pay off our short loan and allow the loan to carry through.
Yeah.
Mike, I see you shaking your head. Is there some clarifications you'd like to make?
The original financing on the deal was bond financing.
Right.
And in terms of the bond financing, we had a mandatory redemption that came up last year, I think September 1. When we started working through that with the lenders and everything, we were advised not to go down that route because the mandatory redemption is essentially as expensive as issuing a brand new bond deal. So you were looking at the property having to come up with several $100,000 of legal fees to get your bond ready for redemption. So Citibank, who was the original lender, stepped up and said that they would give us a bridge loan to allow us to go out into the marketplace and look for the permanent loan. So we took the bridge loan because we couldn't allow a thing to not go forward with the bond redemption. So now the bridge loan is maturing, I believe. It's either April 1st or May 1st. I'm sorry, I didn't.
I really would like to see if we could go to city and ask them for a short-term 90-day extension, please.
Okay.
You know, just to allow the team to get up to speed on this. I'd like to see current financials on this property. I'd like to, you know, I understand this just kind of hit me from left field rates are all over the place right now. We've got to approve a lot of deals at lenders. So I just, if we can get a short-term extension, if it's not possible, then it's not, and we'll have to call a special meeting to get this. I don't want to put the property in any risk, but I just feel like we all need to get a little bit better vetted on this, apparently, especially the new group.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Jay. With that, I'm going to move to resolution number 3870, 71, 72, and 73.
Chairman,
Yes.
what are we
Are we
tabling
tabling
this
this?
now?
Yeah,
So
It has to
we
be
need a
voted.
motion for that.
It has to be
The
voted for.
board should make a motion to postpone until a later meeting.
Okay. May I have a motion to postpone resolution number 3869 to a later meeting?
I make a motion.
Thank you. May I have a
I
second?
I second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. None opposed. Thank you. Resolution number 3870, 3871, 3872, and 3873 are all, I'd like to propose that they be approved in seriatim. They are strictly approvals to change lenders on previously approved transactions. We see this quite often, especially in the environment we're in right now. So with that, I'd like to ask for a motion in seriatim to approve these as submitted.
Motion.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great. And then may I have a motion to approve resolution number 3870, 3871, 72, and 73 in their entirety for the same reason. May I have a motion?
I make motion.
Thank you. And a second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Resolution number 3874 and 3875 are being tabled. And with that, I will,
Have to do a motion.
I'm sorry.
Have to do a
I need a
motion.
motion to table resolution number 3874 and 3875.
Motion.
Thank you. Thank you. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. The tabling of those two resolution passes. And with that, I will entertain an adjournment to adjourn. We have a motion. Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We'll now move into the Board of Directors meeting. I'm sorry, time 5:20 p.m. We will now move into the Board of Directors meeting for Victory Redevelopment Company Corporation on February the 18th, 2025. I have 5:21. Will you please call roll?
President and Chairman Proler,
Here.
Vice President Director Bryant,
Here.
Secretary Treasurer Rogers.
President.
Thank you. And we have may I have an approval of a motion to approve the February 4th, 2025 Victory Redevelopment meeting minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. New business. We have two resolutions. One is resolution number VRC 25-10. This resolution needs to be tabled since in the previous it was tabled. So I'd like a resolution to table resolution number VRC 25-10. Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. That tabling of that resolution passes. The second is resolution number VRC authorizing Victory Redevelopment Corporation facilitation of the development of Trinity East Village Senior located at 2620 Live Oak Street, Houston, Texas, and the execution of all documents therefore. Subject to I am not familiar with this project, so somebody needs. Lynn?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This project is VRC is the sole member of the VRC Trinity East GP LLC to be formed as the Texas Limited Liability Company or general partner. The sole general partner of Trinity East Affordable Senior Limited Partnership to be formed as the Texas Limited Partnership. The partnership was formed for the purpose of owning, developing, managing, and otherwise dealing with the project to be developed on the land and intended for affordable housing for rental to persons of low to moderate income. In connection with the development of the project, the partnership plans to submit or has submitted a 9% housing tax credit application to the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. To give a little bit more background about this particular project, this is a project-based vouchers by others, and it was included in the CUNY Homes Third Ward Implementation Grant and scored favorably with its participation. It is located at 2620 Live Oak, directly across the street from Trinity East United Methodist Church, which is the oldest Black Methodist church in Houston. This project consists of approximately 90 senior seniors 62 and older of one-bedroom apartments. This project actually reaches down to the 30% median income range, so there are approximately 49 units at 30%, 32 at 50% or below, 5 at 60% or below, and 4 at 80% or below. This is a 9% low-income housing tax credit for which an application is being submitted soon. The City of Houston has sought financing in the amount of $4 million in home funds, and HHA will own the land at closing and enter into a 75-year ground lease.
Very good.
And Chairman, to be clear, this resolution is authorizing us to submit the tax credit application.
Great. I'll entertain a motion to approve the resolution as submitted.
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. I will now entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. That meeting is adjourned at 5:25 p.m. I'll now call to order the Board of Directors meeting for APV Redevelopment Corporation on Tuesday, February 18th, 2025. Anna, will you please call the roll?
President Director Lee,
Present.
Vice President Director Aceves Lewis,
She's indisposed.
Director Rogers,
Present.
Secretary Bryant.
Here.
So we have a, wait for.
How many total board members are there?
4.
4 board members?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
For Victory is 3. It's APV is 4.
4. 1, 2,
Jake?
3.
I'm a board.
Yeah. Oh, Mike.
Okay,
we're good.
Mike.
We're good. Sorry.
Great, great. So, can we have, go to item number 3, approval of December 17, 2024 APV Board of Directors meeting minutes.
Add the time.
We need to call it.
Oh,
to
I'm
order
sorry.
the time.
Oh, okay. 5:27. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
5:27, yes. We have a roll call already, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
Yeah, so approve the minutes. We have anybody make motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Okay, and second,
Second.
right, approve by say aye.
Aye.
All right, so any objection? No, motion carried, thank you. Let's go to the new business, number 4. Since we have the, can I have a motion to vote resolutions APV 25-01, 25-02, 25-03, 04, 045, and then 25-06 in Serena.
One needs to be
I'm
tabled.
sorry.
A motion to table.
Okay, we have to table 1,
2.
and then,
2506.
2506 is going to be tabled.
okay.
You can read, you can make a motion for resolutions, numbers APV 2502 through 2505 being seriatim.
Consideration, okay.
Yes.
All right. So do we have motion to, for the seriatim for this, 0, 2, 3, 4, 5?
So moved.
All
Second.
right. And, okay, do I say aye?
Aye.
All right, thank you. So, no objection. So we go to the motion to approve the resolutions 2502 to 2505. Yes. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All right, second. Do I say aye?
Aye.
Okay, the motion carried. Thank you.
Commissioner Lee,
Yes.
regarding APV 2501, we need to go back to that resolution. We need to,
Table.
make a motion to table that resolution.
Okay, let's go back to the item number 4A, resolution number APV 2501, authorizing APV Redevelopment Corporation's facilitation of the refinance of the Peninsula Park Apartments, the project, being a 280 units affordable multifamily apartment complex located at 4855 West Fuquay Street, Houston, Harris County, Texas, 77045. So we need to table that. Do we have a motion to table?
Motion to table.
All right, any second?
Second.
All right, approve, say aye.
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 All right, motion carried, thank you. So do we have to go to number 6 also? All right, resolution, so go to the item number F, resolution number APV 2506, authorizing APV Redevelopment Corporation facilitation of the rehabilitation of the Henry at the Jones Road, located at or about approximate 11925 Jones Road, Houston, Texas, 77070, and the execution of all required documents thereof. Therefore, so we need to table this. We have a motion on that.
Motion to table.
All right, any second?
Second.
Second, approve, say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries, thank you. Do we have anything else? No, we have adjourned meeting at the 5:30. We have a motion?
So moved.
All right, second, thank you. Meeting adjourned at 5:30, thank you. Well, thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.